Hi friend, this is Kosal and today we are going to learn about UI scroll view. So what is basically UI scroll view? Whatever content we can see that it's scrolling on the screen, it's within the UI scroll view. So basically the UI text view or UI table view or you can say UI collection view all are created from the UI scroll view. Even there is a component called UI web view that's also being created from the UI scroll view. So whatever thing, whatever component we can see that have the feature to scroll, then it's definitely being created from the UI scroll view. So without no more words, go straight into example to understand the UI scroll view. So for that, first create a project. As you guys can see, our project is being created and this is our design and this is the screen. So first to understand the UI scroll view, you need to understand couple of concepts like frame, bounds, content size. So what is frame? For that to understand, I am going to drag a UI view from here and change its color to red.
Fine.
Now, as you can see, it's leaving some space at the beginning and from the top. So that means it have some value over here. Y have some value and it has some specific width and height. So these values are the frame of this particular red view. So if I go to the this particular tab, you can see this is the frame rectangle of this particular view. And x is 49, y is 290, width is 240, and height is 128. So this is the frame of this particular red view. But if you ask about the bounds of this particular red view, so the bounds starts from the very beginning origin of this particular red view, that is x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. That means inside of that particular red view, not outside. So red view beginning position, the origin position of this particular red view is the xy, that is 0, 0. And width is equal to 240 as it is on the frame, and height is 128 as it is on the frame. So that is the bound. Okay. And in case of scroll view, it might have a bigger content size than its frame. Only then scroll view starts scrolling, otherwise it didn't scroll. So just remove this particular view and go back to code. Let's take a scroll view first. So let var scroll display UI scroll view. That's it. So just need to write the code on the view did appear. So what is view did appear when it's being called? I will explain this on a separate video. For the timing, just write it down on the view did appear because you get all the UI related data correctly on the view did appear. So initialize the scroll display because it's not initialized yet. So for that, UI scroll view that is initialized with a frame. So I provide the frame that is a CG rate. So I provide a value of 10, 10, 200 and 200, giving a color of blue and give it to run. As you guys can see, the scroll view is being initialized, the background color is set, but it's not displaying. Why? Because we forgot to add the scroll view on the display, on the view. So to do that, we need to place like this self.view dot add subview, and that is scroll display. But if we did this, there is an error. The error asking like the value of optional US value must be unwrapped to a value of type US value. That means a question mark or optional value cannot be added as a add subview. To resolve this particular problem, we need to provide like Now this is the nil checking. Actually, when this particular value doesn't contain any nil value, only then that specific value is assigned over here on this particular variable. And we can use that within this particular brace. Like this way, the if else statement works. So if we change this name to anything, it will work. Okay. So there is no similarities or any relation between this name and this name. So now, if now we give it to run, it will work. As you can see, the scroll view displaying over here. But the problem over here, the scroll view is leaving a 10 space from the beginning, 10 space from the top, but the width and height is not dynamic. To resolve this particular problem, we need to provide like screen dot main dot bounds dot size dot width minus 10.0. And similarly, UI screen dot main dot bounds dot height minus 10.0. If we give it to run, till now the problem is not resolved. Why? Let's see first how it appears. As you can see, it's leaving some space at the beginning and top, but there is no space at the trailing at the bottom. Why? Because we have leave some space at the beginning and at the top and calculated that space at the end. I mean that's on the trailing or at the bottom, right? But the problem is if we leave a 10 space at the beginning or and the trail, that means a total of 20 space we supposed to leave. So that means if this needs to be 20. Similar way, this one also need to be 20. If we give it to run right now, it will work properly. As you can see, the scroll view is displaying right now properly, but the problem is the scroll view is not scrollable. No scroll bar is displaying over here. To resolve this particular problem, we need to provide a content size. So for that, we need to provide content size. But the content size is actually a CG size, as you can see over here. So we need to provide some CG size over here. So CG size need to provide some width. So what width we have provided over here, that is this particular width. We provide the same width and height is 2000. If we give it to run right now, it will work at the vertically. As you can see, there is a scroll bar is displaying at the top, at the right side of the scroll view, right? So that's how the scroll view starts scrolling. So whenever the scroll view content size is larger than the frame size of the scroll view, it starts scrolling automatically. Similar way, if the width of the scroll view, I mean that means this one is larger than the height of the scroll view. Okay. So that means if we give it to run right now like this way, and you can see the scroll view content is scrolling horizontally. So that is the concept of scroll view scrolling. Okay. So there are some other few controls for the scroll view. To understand that, you need to drag a scroll view. For that, you need to collect the scroll view from here and drop it over here and go to this particular tab. You can see show horizontal vertical indicator. If you uncheck this, the horizontal indicator stops displaying. For that, you can do it from the code also. For that, you need to type show horizontal indicator boost. So if we provide it as a false, last time it's also displaying, right? So if we give it to run right now, it won't display anymore. The similar thing happens for the vertical scroll view also, or for vertical scroll indicator. There is another thing is present over here, scrolling enable. That means whenever I check this one is scrolling enable. I mean user can scroll or using the touch, it scroll. But whenever we uncheck this, only we are able to scroll using programmatic concept and programmatically we can scroll, but No user can scroll it directly. Okay. There is a very vital feature is paging enable that can be checked and unchecked. What is that? If we make this as a paging enable equal to true. First, just leave it blank and give it to run. First, try to see how it's behaving right now. Right now, if you can see the scroll view, scroll bar scrolling very smoothly from left to right to left, everywhere. Okay. Now, if we uncheck this and give it to run, it's automatically stopping. Okay. So that means it's being divided in couple of pages. So that means automatically it starts handling different page on the scroll wheel. So whatever width is available, content size width is available, it's being divided by the frame width of the scroll view, and based on that it automatically creates the pages. So right now this is the first page, this is the second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, and this one is sixth page. So altogether, total six pages is displaying on the scroll view right now. Okay. So that is the feature of the scroll view. It's behaving the same way for the horizontal or vertical, whatever may be the case. Okay. So what else? Bounce on scroll. Zoom on scroll, I will show you guys later on different case. But bounce on scroll. Actually, if I now give it to run, you guys can see that scroll view is something, the scroll bar is getting squeezed like this way. If we drag over here, the scroll view automatically gets squeezed. Okay. So actually, if the visual effect is proper, we can drag it to a upper side of the UI like this way. Okay. So that is actually bounce. Whenever we make this as a fall, it stop bouncing like that way. Okay. So that is called the bounce. So actually, I never suggest you guys to use scroll view in any areas except some specific scenario. So to understand the behavior of the scroll view, to understand the behavior of the text view, the table view, the collection view, since all are developed from the scroll view, so we need to understand scroll view a little bit, but not in very depth. On some specific case, we need to use scroll view. Otherwise, I won't suggest to use scroll view directly. If you have no other options, on that case, you can use scroll view along with the stack view, vertical stack view or horizontal stack view based on what is your requirement, whether it's a horizontal scroller or the vertical scroller, but never ever use scroll view directly. It's my suggestion. Always try to use table view or collections view. Okay. Only when it is absolute necessary on that moment, there is no other option left. There is no other option left. Only then use scroll view. Otherwise, don't ever use scroll view directly on the UI. Okay. So that's all guys for today's session. If you guys like my content, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys are seeing my content, but you are not sharing my content or subscribing my content. So please do subscribe my channel and share a lot with your friends so that every needy developer or the iOS guys can understand the concept of the development of iOS using the storyboard very easily. It's not a rocket science, it's a very easy concept, and that's all from my side for today. So let's close this session for today. See you guys on the next day on the next new topic. Till then, have a nice day.